Saying that parents who are supportive and understanding are more likely to raise self-compassionate kids.
It seems like it. Studies have shown that kids who grow up in loving, supportive families tend to be more self-compassionate.
Well, that makes sense. We learn how to treat ourselves by watching how our parents treat us.
Exactly.
But what if someone didn't have that kind of upbringing?
Mm-hmm.
Can they still learn to be more self-compassionate as adults?
Absolutely.
Good.
It's never too late to rewire your brain
Yeah,
and learn new ways of relating to yourself.
right.
Our brains are amazingly adaptable.
Mhm.
So with practice,
Yeah,
you can develop self-compassion no matter what happened in your past.
that's good to know.
Yeah.
But how do we actually do that? How do we cultivate self-compassion in ourselves and in the people around us, especially kids?
Well, the first step is to model self-compassion in our own lives.
Cool.
Kids are always watching us.
Uh-huh.
So if they see us being kind and understanding to ourselves when we make mistakes,
Yeah.
they're more likely to do the same.
So it's not enough to just tell them to be kind to themselves.
Right.
We have to show them what that looks like.
Exactly.
Actions speak louder than words.
Especially with something as subtle as self-compassion.
That's true. We also need to create an environment where kids feel safe expressing their feelings
Absolutely.
without fear of judgment.
Yeah.
That means really listening to them, validating their experiences,
Right.
helping them understand that it's okay to feel a whole range of emotions, even the uncomfortable ones.
Exactly. And when they inevitably make mistakes,
Right, because they will.
it's about helping them see those mistakes as chances to learn and grow instead of seeing them as personal failures.
Okay, so we move away from punishment
Yeah,
and towards a more compassionate, understanding approach.
exactly. Instead of punishing them, we use those moments to teach them.
Yeah.
We guide them with compassion.
I imagine that shift in perspective can have a huge impact on a child's development.
Absolutely.
It's not just about being nice. It's about equipping them with the tools to deal with life's challenges.
Exactly. By fostering self-compassion in kids,
Yeah.
we're not just teaching them to be kind to themselves.
Yeah.
We're also giving them the skills to navigate those tough times with more resilience and emotional intelligence.
This all seems so crucial for building healthy self-esteem
Right.
and resilience in kids.
It is.
But what about when we become adults?
Hmm.
Does self-compassion become less important as we mature?
Actually, research suggests it might become even more important.
Really? Why is that?
Well, as we get older, we face a lot of new challenges
Yeah.
and transitions. Career setbacks, relationship problems, health issues, loss of loved ones.
Life throws us curveballs.
Exactly. And if we're already prone to self-criticism,
Uh-huh.
those challenges can feel even more overwhelming and isolating.
Right. Self-compassion can be like a safety net
It can.
when things get tough.
It helps us deal with loss,
Yeah.
grief, change,
Hmm.
and it helps us hold on to hope and purpose even when things are rough.
It's like having this inner strength that we can draw on.
Exactly.
when we need it most.
It is a powerful resource.
And there's research to show that older adults who are more self-compassionate
Yes,
tend to be more satisfied with their lives.
right.
They have less stress and anxiety.
Yeah,
And even better physical health.
exactly.
So self-compassion isn't just some fluffy idea.
Yeah,
It actually has real benefits for our well-being
Done.
throughout our entire lives.
throughout our lives.
That's amazing. And the good news is we can all cultivate it
Yeah,
with practice.
exactly. It doesn't matter what your age or background is.
Right.
You can learn to treat yourself with more kindness.
Before we move on, are there any key points from the article that we should highlight?
Yes, there's one more thing I think is important to mention.
Okay.
The article talks about self-compassion as a sign of maturity.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So it's not just about being nice to yourself.
No,
It's actually a mark of emotional intelligence
it seems that way.
and wisdom.
Research has shown a strong link between self-compassion and things like emotional regulation, empathy, perspective taking,
Okay.
and even forgiveness.
Wow.
It suggests that self-compassion isn't a weakness.
Yeah.
It's a strength that helps us navigate life's complexities
Right.
with more grace and understanding.
So people who are good at self-compassion are kind of like emotional superheroes.
They are definitely well-equipped.
Uh-huh.
They've got the inner resources to handle challenges with more resilience,
Yeah.
to approach difficult situations with wisdom and compassion,
Uh-huh.
and to build meaningful connections with themselves and others.
That sounds like a pretty amazing way to live.
Yeah.
And it all starts with being kinder to ourselves.
Mhm.
Who knew?
It's a powerful reminder that True strength isn't about self-criticism or judgment.
Right.
It's about self-acceptance and compassion.
Well, this conversation has definitely given me a lot to think about. It's making me want to up my self-compassion game.
Me too. It's an ongoing journey for all of us. It really is incredible how just being kinder to ourselves can make such a difference.
It's a whole different way of thinking about success and self-worth.
Totally. And the best part is self-compassion isn't just some fixed trait you either have or you don't.
Right.
It's something you can develop and strengthen over time.
So there's hope for all of us.
Absolutely. There are actual practices and exercises you can do to boost your self-compassion muscle.
I like the sound of that. What kind of practices are we talking about? Give me the goods.
Well, one powerful practice is self-compassionate writing.
Okay.
Say you're dealing with a tough situation or you're feeling swamped by negative emotions. You sit down and write to yourself.
Okay.
But you do it from a place of kindness and understanding, like you were writing to a close friend going through the same thing.
So instead of focusing on my flaws and beating myself up,
Right.
I offer myself words of encouragement and support.
Exactly.
It's like switching from that harsh inner critic to a compassionate inner mentor.
I love that. It's like having your own personal cheerleader in your corner, cheering you on, even when you stumble.
Love it. And what else?
Another great practice is mindfulness meditation.
Okay.
By practicing mindfulness, you learn to watch your thoughts and feelings without judgment.
Right.
This helps you create some space between you and that inner critic.
Okay.
And it allows you to respond to difficult emotions with more awareness and compassion.
So it's about training your mind to be more present.
Yes.
And accepting of your experience.
Right.
Without getting caught up in all the drama of your thoughts.
Exactly.
So mindfulness basically helps us create a sense of inner peace.
It does, even when things are tough.
These practices sound really helpful, but I know what some people are thinking. I don't have time for all this extra stuff in my busy life.
Yeah.
What would you say to them?
I totally get that.
Yeah.
But the thing is, self-compassion doesn't have to be this huge time commitment.
Right.
You can build it into your daily life in small but powerful ways.
Give me some examples. How can I sprinkle a little extra self-compassion into my day?
Well, start by paying attention to your self-talk.
Okay.
Throughout the day, notice how you talk to yourself. Are you constantly putting yourself down?
Right.
Or are you offering yourself words of kindness?
Right.
Just becoming aware of those patterns is a huge step.
So it's about catching myself when I'm being too hard on myself.
Exactly.
And making a conscious choice to be more compassionate.
Exactly.
I can do that. What else?
Another simple thing you can do is to make time for activities that bring you joy.
Okay, so prioritizing self-care.
Exactly. Self-compassion isn't selfish. It's about recognizing that you deserve care and attention, just like anyone else.
I like that. It's about treating myself with the same kindness I would offer a good friend.
Absolutely. And speaking of friends, another great way to boost your self-compassion is to surround yourself with supportive, compassionate people.
Wait, so who I hang out with can actually impact my own self-compassion.
Wow.
The people we spend time with, they have a big influence on our thoughts, feelings, and actions.
It's true.
If you're always around people who are critical, judgmental, it's going to be harder to cultivate self-compassion.
It's like our social circle can either support our self-compassion or drain it.
Exactly.
So I need to choose my friends wisely.
Yes. Surround yourself with people who lift you up, inspire you, and support you on your journey.
So it's not just about what I do on my own.
Right.
It's also about creating a supportive environment.
Yes.
Both internally and externally.
That's a great way to put it.
Okay, let's switch gears a little and talk about the developmental side of self-compassion.
Okay.
The article we're looking at today specifically talks about the role of self-compassion in adolescence.
Right. Adolescence is such a critical time for developing self-compassion.
Oh, absolutely.
It's a time of huge self-discovery, social comparison, and often a lot of self-doubt. Think about those awkward middle school years.
Oh, yeah.
Peer pressure, body image issues, academic stress. It's like a breeding ground for self-criticism.
Exactly.
And that's where self-compassion can be so helpful. It can help teenagers navigate those challenges with more resilience, self-acceptance, and kindness towards themselves.
It can help them avoid getting caught in that I'm not good enough trap.
Yeah.
And instead say, hey, I'm going through a rough patch, but that's okay. I'm still worthy of love and support.
It's a game changer.
It really is.
And there's research that shows Teenagers who are more self-compassionate are less likely to experience anxiety, depression, and other mental health issues.
They're also more likely to have healthy relationships and make good choices.
So it's not just about feeling good in the moment. It can actually have long-term positive effects.
Exactly. It helps build the foundation